It's
Okay, we got Wave spawning in the top right position on Fighting Spirit. It's gonna be Protoss, our Norwegian player, and our Czech Republican player, Izu, purple, top left position, Zerg.
And in the bottom left, we still have TT1 as red. He might consider changing his color. And in the bottom right, we have Kenzy playing as the Protoss. And again, what do you think, JIRAIYA? Now, this is the third time Kenzy is gotten Protoss, and not Zerg, which in my opinion is Kenzy's main race. Do you think they've been like, why do I not get Zerg? This is the 5th game.
Yeah, like some days they just get a lot of Zerg, other days they get a lot of Protoss, and then the days in between they get a lot of Terran. But I don't know. I mean, you know, I think they might be frustrated. But Kenzy, you know Kenzy. Kenzy can play double P. He's comfortable with it, whereas TT1 is more comfortable with the Zerg ally. It just, but both players are very strong, and they've already shown that they can play double P. So, I think from a confidence standpoint, that remains the same. But they might be a little bit just like this again. That kind of frustration that otherwise you wouldn't have had you had a little bit more, of a mix-up. But the first game was with Kenzy being Terran, but it's been Protoss ever since, and them not rolling Zerg could be frustrating, but also par for the course, right? Like that's what you get when you get a random player. But I would look for them to do both strong builds, both going 2-gate here. I think just sticking to the fundamentals, they're going to want to try to put some pressure on, make a bunch of Zealots, and keep an eye on how many Zealots Wave makes, etc., etc. We all know in Game 2, when this same situation occurred, Kenzy and TT1 couldn't get a lot done as the double gators against Izzy's hatchery expo. So we'll see if they can do a better job this game.
Yeah, it's like you're pointing out, it's the same scenario as the Luna game. It's still cross position for Kenzy, so the Zealot will have, I don't know, like 25 seconds or something to go cross map, and Wave will easily support that. So I think we might see a similar game to the Luna game. For those who remember it, it was 1.5 hours ago. And we can confirm that Zero has only been yawning 4 times during this cast. So we're up for it. Ooh, that's a great pickup.
Nice pickup on that drone there. That's TT1, I believe, in the bottom left. Yeah.
Yeah, Itsu being a little bit reckless with that drone. He was doing such a great job on the Luna game, but that's a great drone. Now it's so much better. Oh. Teasing
nice
the Zealot a little bit. Yeah, that's a great job from Itsu. Like you pointed out earlier, Itsu is an eminent 1 versus 1 player, so while he has a lot of experience playing 1 versus 1, usually he prefers playing Zerg versus other streamers, but you can see he's not unfamiliar playing versus Protoss as well.
Yeah, he just about stuffed everything. Looks like Wave even countered TT1 and managed to kill a probe. Looks like all the pressure that's been out is now nullified, and the stream of blue units sort of making their way. And both TT1 and Kenzy sort of in a defensive posture, but both also teching concurrently. So it looks like this game will get into mid-game, though TT1 is looking a little bit slimmer from a Zealot count standpoint. Wave is heading towards Kenzy. Kenzy's got 1 extra Zealot than TT1, so you got to think both are probably secure at this point. TT1 going for that Forge, both teching up with a core. Izu making his 3rd hatchery, Wave also making a core. So the Protosses are kind of mirrored at this point in terms of how many Zealots were made. You can argue maybe Wave made an extra Zealot or 2, but otherwise they all kind of made the same amount. Izu made the Sunken, he made the Lings, but now looking to make drones. Cannon here from TT1. Nice concave here. That's a nice concave. It's going to get a 2-to-1. Question is 2-to-1 enough? Is 2-to-1 enough?
Oh,
it's not enough.
mistake from TT1 there. I was going to say I would never attack up this ramp because, as you pointed out, they had such a great concave.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't think this was possible to break.
Surgical move from Wave.
The blue team was so confident they were going to break this, and like you said, Wave said, "Go, let's do it."
Yep. Yep, and that's kind of the inner Viking that he has as your kin, Norwegian brother. He just said, "I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna out micro him, or I have more than him, and I'm gonna take this." And yeah, this is gonna be Lings against Probes with one goon in the mineral line. That's favorable for the Lings. Meanwhile, counter here onto Wave. Wave's got the double shield battery. Holy moly!
He recognized the trouble, and yeah, like you said, double shield battery, and as the fellow Viking said, it's pillage time. All your village belongs to me. Looks like Wave is claiming all the monks at TT1's base. He's bringing them back to Norway on his longboats. What a crazy turnaround. Yeah,
this is a monster hold from Wave. Kenzy doing everything he can to fight this. A lot of Zealots. There's no Dragoons other than Kenzy's goons, but still starting to wane down, and this push is starting to get pushed back. Wave continuing to just push, buying the time that he needs to get goons up himself. Izu throwing Lings here as well. No speed upgrade onto the Lings. Kenzy microing. TT1 giving up his gateways. He's got a cannon in his main, so he will survive, but for all intents and purposes, he's out of this game. Kenzy, that goon count is getting high, continuing to micro here in the middle of the field.
This is great micro from Kenzy. He didn't lose a single Dragoon, but
unit.
We saw, I was going to say, we saw ZZZero at Wave, so he will have DTs out.
Oh,
I'm not sure what Kenzy can do to stop that, and we all know that Dragoons are not that strong versus Zergling and Hydras.
Yeah.
And Itzu have Hydra so fast on the map as well, and he already has the speed, so he can pretty much just A-move on TT1. Yeah, like Wave said, just kill off TT1, do not let him get back in the game.
Yep. Now if he goes TT1, that means Kenzy
can
go Izu.
TT1, they do not know that he's
Hydra. Yeah, I don't think TT1 got the memo. I mean, he can make the gateway. I don't think it matters. He dies either way to the pack. But with DTs out and no robo on the way,
Kenzy has the robo, but
oh, no observer. Okay. Yeah, great decision here from the blue team, countering TT1.
Yeah, this is how most people might go slightly wrong in 2 versus 2. That they think that the game is over, but you do need to finish your opponent. To do not let them get back into the game.
Right. Well, Izu and Wave won't be making that decision. Meanwhile, Reaver, that's a fat rab right there. Nice connection there with the Scarab. Going for the Nexus. There is a DT in position.
Never gets it. I think you will see Kenzy staying in this game because he has observers, but as soon as Itzu hits, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 mutas, it's not much Kenzy can do because he will constantly getting harassed in his main and the Unicom position when Itzu is on,
Right, well Kenzy is engaging with Izu here in the middle of the map. Looks like he's going to start going towards Izzy. And with the shuttle and the observer, he's probably going to try to push Izzy, which I think is the correct decision. But it will be tricky because there are a lot of Hydras out, and Wave could come help here as well. Good micro here from Kenzy, picking up the Reaver. That's a lot of goons. And catching Izzy. Yeah, he's kind of catching Izzy in between techs.
And the Spider's not done either. He has observer, and Wave doesn't have that much units.
Right. This Reaper's gonna have to get a lot done though. Sandwich time. Ooh. Oh, it's spazzing. It's a lot of DPS here.
Yeah. I think that's all he wrote. And great effort from Kenzy trying to stay in the game and do what he can, but seems like he didn't get his food break after that
Yeah.
1 hour game. So Kenzy was quite starved and didn't have the stamina to go the full length.
GG. That was yeah, that was nuts. I think TT1 is probably kicking himself, thinking he could have got that cannon up maybe sooner, or maybe add an extra zealot. I don't know, but Wave saw it, saw the concave, and was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna take this, and just took it.
The concave was so good, so I personally I don't think they would be able to break it, but
Yeah, just a gutsy call with a, you know, high reward, right? High risk, high reward. You know, you don't get paid if you don't go for it. So nicely done from Izu and Wave, and they will advance to the grand finals against Bonnet and Ziki, I believe, right? So